Peace, everyone. This is Janine with Core Freight coming back with another update. I know I promised everyone who is currently following me that I would continue to update. So the last video, I told y'all how I was kind of falling off a little bit, got a little bit discouraged, so I had to, get myself back on track because I'm no quitter, right? So, next update is I have a shipper. How exciting is that? So I'm like pretty excited about it. It's a shipper that since I started, I had a list I was working with, and when I called them all and they said, hey, you can continue to email me, right now I have all the shippers, the brokers I need. So I would email them once a week, and when I told y'all I was getting back on track, get my life together. So I was emailing again and saying, hey, I know I reached out to this particular shipper. The kind of emails I try to keep them the same so I won't burn myself out sending an email after email after email. So I kind of do this mass email list. And to this particular day, I kind of sent individual emails. So I said, hey, my general email, hey, I know last time I talked to you, you said you had a broker. However, I just wanted to see if you just give me a shot, any last minute freight you had. It's kind of how I worded it. And the shipper, I guess they had something available, email me probably 10 minutes later and say, hey, what's your rate to go from, I forgot what it was already. He gave me a rate to go from Chicago to Illinois. It was something pretty long, 500 miles. And I said, well, how many pounds is it? What does the trucker need to have? Just give me gist of it. So he told me what it was and said, hey, it's this amount of freight. So I said, well, let me reach out to my network of truckers and I'll let you know. So I'm calling, because I don't want to be the average broker to put it on a low board, right? So I started calling a whole bunch of companies, looked up the list of the DOT truckers in different states that had a flatbed, because that load required a flatbed. So I'm calling. Had one guy said, hey, it will be, I think it was $350 a mile or something like that. So I told the guy back, said, hey, it's going to be $350 a mile. Gave him, of course, well, it was $320 a mile, but, I added 30 cents for what my fee would be. So I said, it would be this amount, He said, that's a little bit high. I've been getting it moved for $295 a mile. So I said, let me try to call one more. So I'm calling. And that's pretty much the rate I'm getting, right? Because so many miles, all those pounds, it's a lot. So I said, hey, this is, and I wanted to be firm. I didn't want to be wishy-washy, right? And going back and forth. So told the shipper, I said, hey, when the guys I have, this is the rate that it is. However, if you got any expedited freight, anything last minute, let me know, and you can reach out to me. Maybe we can work together in the future. So he responded back and said, well, hey, what about from Washington to Chicago? So let me call around. So called around. I was calling all day because, nothing really goes to Washington when I'm finding out. But found one guy, said, yeah, I got flatbed tarps, but you just gotta give me a heads up because, of course, truckers are always booked because there's so much freight to get moved. Not to mention all the stuff that in the news about freight being stuck at the port. So truckers always got jobs. There's never any jobs right now. So I told the guy, I said, hey, this is probably he emailed me around 10. I didn't find this guy until I was calling all day. Didn't find him till around 2 or 3. So I told him, I said, hey, I found this guy. His rate is his rate was $315. No, his rate was I said $310. And with my rate, I was going to charge $335, $340 around that. So I said, this guy that I have, he from Washington, he has his own flatbed, has changed tarps, to go there. But, you're going to have to pay that per mile rate because, going around, it's not much going to or from Washington. So for that rate from Washington to Chicago, not to mention, it's an 8-hour drive, I think. So I said, but, this is the rate. However, let me know, if you happen to need a last minute load that other brokers can't cover. So he responded back and said, hey, we should keep in, he said, that's okay. He said, but we should keep in touch though. So I said, okay. He said, cause you don't have a lot of truckers from Washington. So I said, well, can I send you my broker information? Cool. So he sent me his broker information, and I'm actually working with another broker under her brokerage because I'm just getting a feel, right? As I'm kind of new to this. So, and the broker I work with, she has the insurance, and she actually have account managers, and people can move the load. So I'm gonna want to do my loads under her for a while before I really get on my own, because I gotta I learn what I'm into, right? So that I don't want to be too long. I know this video is already at 5 minutes, but that's the update. I sent him my credit, my broker's information. We did a credit file on him. The credit file's been approved, so I made sure he got my information, said he got it. So tomorrow I'm gonna try to reach out to him and see what loads he got, just kind of follow up with him, and then hopefully I got some good news, and hopefully, I'll get some loads and I can keep you guys posted. All right, thanks for watching. If you have any feedback, let me know. If you want to follow me, you can, like my video, give me feedback. But I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Thanks.